So the first time you take your camera and lights with you on a night dive, you'll be very impressed by the colors. The colors will be very vivid compared to what you see during the day. So a lot of people like to do their macro at night because there's more life out at night. And again, with 100% artificial light, you're going to see brilliant reds and oranges and yellows. But these are the wavelengths that we're recording from the white lights that we carry with us. There's another kind of photography that's fascinating called fluoro or fluorescence. Fluorescence is when we use special filters to only bathe our subject in ultraviolet light, and then we use an exciter filter, a yellow filter basically, over our eyes or over the camera lens to bring out fluorescing animals. Tons of invertebrates and corals will do it. The interesting thing about fluoro is that to bring out these colors and see the animal or the thing that is fluorescing, we have to bring these specialized lights with us that will negate every other thing that is not fluorescing. In other words, when we set ourselves up to dive or photograph fluoro, the things that are fluorescing are going to be very bright. Think about black light, like a black light poster with the vivid colors. It's almost exactly what it looks like. You start on the surface and turn on your fluorescing lights, your dichroic filters over your white lights, if you will. And what you're going to notice is that the things that are fluorescing, you can see them from very far away, even 20, 30 foot away. Even if it's on the outside of the visibility, it's going to stand out like a sore thumb because these things actually glow. Once you've found a subject that is fluorescing and you want to capture it, the setup can be done a few different ways. What I like to do is know where the subject is and then remove the filters so that I can see around me and start shooting at that point. Now, when you're shooting with dichroics, you're going to notice a couple things. One is that they cut down the strobe power a lot, and this is something you're going to have to play with on your settings. TTL can work. You can also just put the strobe on high power, stop down the lens, and this is going to be something you have to play with because a dark red fluorescing is going to absorb a lot more light and need a lot more light than the bright green. And bright green is what you run into most of the time. The really bright green is going to image very well, but you're going to have to work with your strobes a little bit and probably use a little more light than you're used to. I'd encourage you to, in the beginning, position both of your strobes so that they're converging on your subject. In the very beginning, just bathe it in light, get as much light on it as you can before you get tricky with shadows and moving your strobe around, backlighting, that kind of thing. Fluorescence photography is a lot of fun, especially if you're doing it on a familiar dive site. It will make your favorite dive site look like an entirely new place. We make all of the filters, the excitation filters, the dichroics that you would need to equip your iClight lights for fluorescence diving. So if you have any questions, shoot us an email at iClight@iClight.com.